see, that was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Good. See how much faster that is when you actually have a buffer of stuff to work with? That is so much faster to handcraft those things. That would have taken like at least 5 minutes to craft all that without having already made the stuff. My goodness, it's almost been 2 full hours of streaming. Time just flies by. You know, the stream on Tuesday just completely flew. Like, I was not ready. I'm also apparently in the process of dying. Yeah, I'm in the process of dying right now, so let me be very quick about this. We need to be fast. Oh, hello, tech. There's crafting speed. Yes. Crafting speed. First thing is starting to actually use the electric inserters. This is actually more important than you might think. Ugh. More. More! All of the inserters must be mine. Give me power. I said, give me power! I didn't copy enough, clearly. There we go. Stuff and things. I need to add more mining, by the way. That's the other thing that needs to happen here. More mining. And more of that. Because this... It's not going to be enough. It is not going to be enough. This is 16. Yeah, no. Even if I had the full 30, this wouldn't fully feed it. It's enough for the moment. Yeah, fine. Whatever. Just do that. How many is that? 28 total. Just add 2. Somehow. More. I need more. Thank you for placing more things. Must have all the coal. So now I can go up to 72, technically. Up to 72 megawatts, but I can't actually use all that 72 because 15 times 4 is 60. So the best I can get out of a full throughput belt setup, a full throughput setup, if I had all of these 30 mining drills going, the best I could do is 60 megawatts, not 72. That means technically I can, like, truncate this down to 60. Because... Or to 60 megawatts from 72. I would need to do the math to figure out by how many I can cut. Because each one of these is using the full throughput of the pipe of water. That's why it's 20 on each side. Because that's 2 water pipes. Hopefully, though, it will hold out until I have better power production. That's the hope and the dream, is that I will get to the point where I can make oil burners. And then do that transition by the time I need to consume more than 60 megawatts. That's the idea. Speaking of which, once this beautiful little tech pops, let's get oil burners. Let's work on those oil burners. What tech is that? Machines for oil industry gives me the oil burner Mark 1. I can make that just immediately. So yeah, that's going to be very important. This comes after crushers. So, yep, crushers next. And then the oil burners. Why are oil burners important? Actually, I need to look at that tech again. I actually need to look at the tech again because I'm actually limited by this, and I can make this. Okay. Oil burners allow you to burn any fuel with a fuel value that is a fluid. So any fluid with a fuel value you can burn in an oil burner. It is exactly the same as a standard boiler. It just uses the fluid instead of the solids. This is handy because fluids are produced at higher volume, generally speaking, than solids, which means that if a solid, say, or if a fluid, say natural gas, which you can get out of the pi oil derricks, natural gas has a fuel value of 1 megajoule. Which means that it's 1 megawatt. You can think of it as 1 megawatt. That is, if you're using 1 megajoule per second, if you're using 1 unit of natural gas per second, that's the equivalent of a megawatt. Watts are joules per second, so it's only going to be 72 units per second, is what I'm trying to say. If I had the equivalent setup of this as oil burners, of 40 oil burners into 80 steam engines, if I had that, it would be consuming 72 units per second of natural gas, which, as I've said before, a single miner, a single derrick in this case, will produce 100 units per second of natural gas because the expected resource is greater than 100 units per second. It will cap at that 100 units. So a single derrick producing natural gas will give us up to 100 megawatts, technically speaking, of power by using oil burners. Oil burners are very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. And technically infinite. Although it does reduce over time for the output, but the resource density is so high with my current map that I don't have to worry about that in the absolute slightest. Actually, I'm good. I am good here. The extra iron output has been very kind. Yeah, that extra iron output has been very kind for this setup over here. Okay, all of that discussed. More foundries are required, and steel is required. So, I will append some steel right here. Now, this is going to take in 1.25 to produce 0.13, or 2.5 to produce 0.25. 2.5 out of 5 whatever is like almost half of this iron that's being made. So, just to make a quarter of a unit per second of steel. Do we have a constant consumption of steel yet? No. We just need enough to keep our advanced foundry production going, moving. So that is why I will have just this one for now, I guess. I could have two, technically speaking, if I brought in, when I bring in additional lines, maybe. Or when I do processed iron, I will probably consider that. Oh, hi! I need crushers. Because I want that machines for oil industry to have my perpetual power. Now, I will note that we have not really gone into much actual alien life stuff in this entire stream, just because this transition, this is very basic Pyanodons. This phase that we're in, it is just part of Pyanodons. You will, generally speaking, want to do something very similar to this every single game, even after Alien Life. Our big set of complexity added with Alien Life in the early game was this mess of a beautiful spaghetti base. This was our early game spaghetti that became spaghetti after getting the initial techs to get undergrounds and splitters. This is after undergrounds and splitters. It looks like this. Oh joy. Now it's just getting to that point where we need to start doing things and thinking at scale. That is the wrong direction for you. There we go. Steel. One or two? Two. Of course it's two. Two inserters to make sure the steel moves. There. And it's buffered. So now it'll always move. At least until the buffer's full. Huzzah! Steel. Slightly taken care of. Now this is roughly equivalent to that setup that I got rid of over here a little bit ago. Remember how I had those two little stone furnaces set up doing steel over here? Well, as it turns out, an advanced foundry has the crafting speed equivalent of 2 stone furnaces. It is twice as fast as one. So this is equivalent of basically making both of those furnaces operating all of the time, which they weren't. So I now have actually a bit more steel being produced now than I did previously. So that's good to note. What I will probably think about doing next, I need the glass. Now is the time I need to decide. This here, or over here, or keep going down and bring the quartz ore down and over. So, convert the ore to glass somewhere in here, maybe? Like right here, ore to glass? Or maybe like keep it in line, just build it up here. Keep it in this line. Or just move it or do whatever, just process it in a different spot and then just belt the glass to the bus. I think I might do that. That is the uh, somewhat resource saving move. This would be less belt to process here-ish or anywhere in here of the quartz and then go down and over. This way, going around and over and then up from here and onto the bus, that is a lot more belt to do, but it would look nicer here. I think I am just going to do this processing over in here, have a setup that will begin inline-ish up here, because there's going to be different numbers than down here. Here it's sets of 10. It's not going to be sets of 10 up here, but we're going to need to have sets for aluminium, titanium, tin, and for quartz processing up here. All 4 of these would need to exist in here. So let's go ahead and start working on that. And of course I have to bring the hot air up as well if I want to do this properly. Huzzah! Alright, yeah, you. I need some radar coverage. Yeah, that'd be great. Have some glorious radar. Make sure I can always see. Also, this coal is probably what's going to be put onto the actual bus. Just going to throw that out there. This coal, it's just going to be this power here. This will be probably what I put onto the bus. It would be a little bit harder to route this other one from the starting part of the base over after using this space. Now, I always forget how many foundries it is. Let's get this alignment as well. Just zoom in, place it over, and then just hold steady and... Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, that's the proper alignment. I guess this will be glass. Okay, glass with hot air. Yeah, I thought as much. It is significantly more. 3.8 for 15.2. I don't actually have those crystal mines either. So, crystal mines. Oh boy. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that right? 14? Yep. This needs to go to 20! Or 19. Yeah, 19 to do a yellow belt of quartz. Getting the yellow belt of quartz process. So plus 5 tacked on to the end. Okay. 2 of these. Just think about it as double it. When in doubt, double it. That's like key phrase of Factorio, right? That's a good way of playing Factorio. When in doubt, double it. If ever in doubt, double. If you ever think you're going to need more of something than what you're currently producing, double it. And then double it again, because you are guaranteed to need even more. All the time. Factory must grow, quote unquote. The factory is growing. Just pointing that out. The factory is growing. The growth is happening. Ever so slowly, but it is happening. Okay. Question of the century. Which side will be the input and which side will be the output? Because that will determine how we scale this. Okay. If I make that the input, I have to have that there. So that will... Did I do this way here? Yes, I did. So that will remain how I do this going forward. I need more inserters. Way more inserters. Also, I've completely forgotten to set up automation of the copper wire. So let's set up some automation of copper wire. And I can actually do that right here and steal it. Yeah, the copper cables. 1 per second to make 2 per second. Yeah, just load it into that. And do that way. Do I think I'll need more than that? Nah. It'll fill the chest and I'll have plenty. I'll note that the stack size here is 200 versus 500 for the actual plates. I will need actual plates when making things as well. I think I need them for the actual circuits too. Where is my circuit handcrafting? Copper plate and cable, yes. So I will need both when making circuits. But I think we're okay now. Have I not done furnace automation? I guess not. Okay. That would be something else to think about and do as well, is to add in the stone and the stone brick. And I guess the wood and the glass here. Stone, brick, wood, and glass. I am apparently producing 20,000 iron plates per hour. Huzzah! Achievement! We have achieved. We have gotten the achievo. The achievo. Stuff and things. Okay, moving right along. Head on up. I think up. Up or down? What am I doing? I am making inserters. That is what I am doing. That is a lot faster. Yes, that is good. I need to be a little bit careful on my space. My inventory space. Ooh, you're backing up. Ooh, hello. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Probably just limited to 3, though. Yep, I will take all of that. Build me these fast. So much faster. Hey, we're about to get the next tech. Crushers inbound. There we go. Machines for oil industry. This will take significantly longer to unlock. This one is 45 seconds times 200. I've definitely got enough of these to handle that, though. Okay, now we can continue. Should have plenty. Okay, so after observing the crystal mine on quartz, crystal mines on quartz do appear to output 1 item of quartz per cycle. Borax outputs 3 items of ore per cycle, which is different, obviously. And it's something that is somewhat unique to the crystal mine that you have to take into account when mining borax. It will potentially kill your throughput if you haven't planned for it when mining borax. So if you've ever mined borax and you're not getting the throughput that you were expecting from borax, chances are it has everything to do with the fact that the crystal mines output 3 units of ore per cycle, and it will not perform another cycle until all 3 units have been placed onto the belt that you have put in front of it. The way to get around this is to output directly into a chest, and then if you are using loaders, you can load out of the chest, because this will allow the miners to output all 3 units of the borax all at the same time into a chest, so it can continue to cycle without stopping. Give me that and that. That would be great. That would be fantastic. Also, this takes a bit longer to make crystal mines, just because crystal mines require you to make both mining drills and soil extractors. This is making tinned cable. That's another thing. I should probably get some tin onto the bus. Get the tin going and on the bus. Alright, so say hello to the actual standard glass up here. All the way out here, in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nothing. My beautiful spaghetti, by the way. It's beautiful spaghetti to process 6 per second. Each one of these is 1 per second. So, we need 16, which means grab you, put you there. Of course, I shouldn't worry about the power quite yet, because that's going to be different. It doesn't tile properly, just with the size of these machines. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. I need 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, I have nowhere near enough doohickeys. Yes, I said doohickeys. I have nowhere near enough stone furnaces to process this much, which is why I'm going to split. I should split up Not down, up. So many things. Yeah, 15 stone furnaces process 6. So you can imagine it should be like 30. It's more than 30. It's 38. 38 without hot air. Processing into 2.53. So about 2.5 from 15 without hot air. Doing stone furnaces. That's why we don't want to do this process. That's why we do not want to do this process. That's why this process is not nice. I should really build more mining drills here, but I'm doing fine at the moment. I should also do a proper belt balancer with splitter there, but any hoozle. Down. Over. I also need to add the hot air. Need to route the hot air up. Get the actual power hooked up too. Where's the nearest power? Right there. And I guess this will be where the hot air will come in. Oh, that's not gonna work. So these are a little bit big. Seaweed is a little large. What is this, like 11? $13 by 13. Seaweed farms are 13 by 13. And I know this won't live here forever, but you know what? Let's leave that there. Let's go from the source. Let's do something from the source. I may end up going fully this way and then up and over. We shall see what makes the most sense. I think I'll have to go over, up, over. Let's get this routed. At this point, I don't see myself using this space. Maybe I'll do another copper setup there. We'll see. It's enough space for more advanced foundries. That is for certain. Also going to note that you don't need to have that much aluminium either. Hello! Yes, thank you so much. I am definitely making more serious Pyanodon's content for everyone to watch. This being content with Pi Alien Life, which will be coming out at some point. Pi Alien Life will be available at some point once a lot of the bugs have been taken care of and all the features are finished. I am one of the very few people who has actually completed Pyanodon's, like, streamed. I have made content of a full playthrough-ish. And I intend to have a full playthrough of Alien Life as well. this being that full playthrough. But with 0.18 existing now, eventually I will need to make that transition, and I don't know if this will be a good map upgrading to 0.18.